How's it going, Diablo players? So, I want to share my plans for you for the new upcoming season and Vessel of Hatred. So I'm going to be live on launch day right when the game releases. I'm gonna be online for like a 24 hours blast. Maybe I'm not gonna do the full 24 hours, but I guess I make it at least 40. So we're gonna start at level 1, leveling with Hydra Familiar Firewall build. And you can see the build in the background right now. I'm really looking forward to this build because we got plenty of buffs to this build with the new season. I don't want to go into details here, I'm just going to sum it up very quickly. The aspect of Engulfing Flames is now much better early game. The Endless Pyre passive has been buffed to the moon. The Hydra enchantments now last twice as long. And the Tempering recipe for Firewall size is now a utility, so you can actually use it, because in the early game you're not going to have any useful utility tempers anyway. And also it's gonna match the seasonal journey very well, because we're gonna get conjuration rewards from the seasonal journey, so most likely we're gonna get the familiar gloves, and hopefully we're gonna get the serpentine aspect from the seasonal journey very early as well. So that's being the leveling build. I'm gonna post the full build guide sometime before launch tomorrow. And then after that we're gonna transition into a very early game focused Frozen Orb build, which you can play right away after you're done with your leveling phase. And I'm also gonna post that build guide for you guys. And it's also gonna be in the stream's description once I start playing on launch day. We're gonna use that build until we can play Torment 4, and then we're gonna transition into kind of a speed farming build, so we can get our materials and glyph levels as fast as possible. And then somewhere after doing the farming, we're gonna finish the day. And then after day 1, I'm actually gonna play the most common early game builds for you guys, and I'm gonna put out early game build guides for all those builds probably on day 2. That's going to be the early game Frozen Orb build, the early game Blizzard build, the newly very buffed early game Fireball build, and the last but not least will be probably an early game Chain Lightning build. So I'm gonna push out those 3 early game build guides, which just require like 100 to 150 Paragon points, but you can start playing them without actually having any Paragon points whatsoever. And these are gonna be out for you guys on day 2, so you can transition into one of the builds of your choice, which you actually like most. And that's my plans for the expansion launch. I'm not going to play the Spiritborn. I feel like with Blizzard making the decision to basically spoil the entire expansion by giving it out to content creators like 10 days early, I don't really see the discovery element here of playing a new class or even playing the new content unless it's required. So the raid has already been figured out. There's a video of everything. The Spiritborn class, all the builds, you can already find them. They are already figured out. And, you know, I feel like I don't really have anything to discover there, so I might just stick with Sorg like I always do. And that's my plans for the season start. Hope you guys gonna tune in to the stream on launch day, and remember to check the description of this video and also the stream's description for the latest build guides, and I see you guys on launch day.